Welcome back. Alright, we've got more progress. We've got the tail feathers mounted and installed, and basically what I had to do was epoxy both stabilizers, the vertical and horizontal stabilizers, into place. In doing so, I had to remove some covering in both areas, applied a little epoxy, and once I got the both stabilizers set, then it was just a matter of mounting the elevator and the rudder using the same CA style hinges that we used on the ailerons and flaps. So it was pretty simple. It took about 30 to 45 minutes to do both the horizontal and vertical stabilizers, but they're in place now. I also wanted to show the tail wheel assembly. I opted to go with a replacement tail wheel over the stock assembly because the stock assembly was a little bit flimsy and put a lot of stress on the actual rudder servo. So I went with the Sullivan style tail wheel assembly. As you can see here, we've got a spring, takes off some of the work that the rudder servo has to do and absorbs some shock for that tail wheel. So it's a nice easy to do replacement from stock, and I just wanted to show how that looks. One other quick little mod I have to do is actually reverse the servo positions. Right now the servo shaft is closest to the leading edge of the wing. I need to actually flip that around because as I was going through the parts bag, I noticed that the push rods they give you aren't quite long enough in this position. So I'm going to pop the servo out, flip it around, and get the shaft a little bit closer to the control surfaces so that these push rods reach. I'm also going to substitute out the round servo horn for the standard arm servo horn because I think the round is going to actually cause some binding in those control surfaces. So just one little simple quick mod, no big deal, but I just wanted to point that out. I'm now moving into the power plant phase of the build, and I've decided to go with the Turnigy 4260 motor. It's a 500 kilovolt motor, and I've been reading the reviews, and a lot of people have said this is a really good motor, strong motor for heavier aircraft between 5 and 8 pounds, which this one fits in. With the motor came the standard X mount, and now I've got a little bit of a problem because here is the stock firewall and motor mount, and as you can see, it's pre-drilled out. There is bind nuts that are already installed into the motor mount, which is really nice. So I want to utilize this stock motor mount. They did a nice job and did a lot of work for you. However, my stock, or the X mount that came with the Turnigy, does not line up for the holes that they have pre-drilled. We have the holes here need to be 25 millimeters apart for the smaller inner holes and 56 millimeters apart for the outer larger holes, and this is different measurements than that. So what I've done, I went online and kind of searched around, and I think the replacement cross mount X mount that I need is off of E-flite Power 46. So I've got one on order. When it comes in, I'm going to hopefully match it up there and then mount that motor in and begin the power plant install. So next video is on its way.